Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to the family. I'm honored to have you. If you are returning, welcome back. I have missed you. So I took a break from doing that intro because I kind of felt like it got tainted for a little bit. And I had a subscriber who I am incredibly fond of talk about how he missed that particular introduction. So I wanted to rejuvenate it, revitalize it, and kind of cleanse the old energy out by bringing in something that is old, but with a new energy. Now, today's reading is all about truth bombs. Originally, this was going to be combining a couple of different inspirational ideas that I had. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just do them both. So this is simply truth bombs. It's you know, when you're walking through life and it's kind of like, life is so great. And all of a sudden you get hit by a truth bomb. There's actually like a series of, I want to say TikToks, but I definitely know that they're shorts going around with this kind of like worship music. I don't know the name of the song, but it's this series of people who are listening to this song, and during it, they're like confessing their traumas. And then they sit down during a lull in the music. Because it's like, okay, this is done. I put this to bed, and then boom, they get hit again with some sort of trauma of some sort. But at the end of it, it's about how they have overcome all of these things. And now look at where we're at. Now look at this. So this moment, this reading is kind of inspired by those shorts. Oddly enough, I kind of was wondering myself what these truth bombs were inspired by, because I knew that it was coming from something that I was interacting with, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. So that definitely is kind of the theme here. And now you guys are witnessing how these things kind of come in when they're ready to come in. So we are going to be getting truth bombs. One of my biggest truth bombs recently has been about facing the fact that my own personal brand of holistic wellness and healing, the lifestyle that I have, the spiritual wisdom that I have, the grandmaster reiki level healing that I have, is not enough to stave off an absolutely necessary surgery because of my own soul's choice of genetic inheritance and generational inheritance. It's not enough to keep me from having to interact with modern medicine. And that was a really hard thing for me to face. And I'm doing my best every single day. So if you are new to my channel, there was a community post I put up just recently about the fact that I will be taking some time from regular filming. I used to, do 3 huge readings per week, and then I started cutting back. And now it's going to be, I'm aiming at hopefully having 1 reading per week throughout my recovery time, pre-filmed ahead of time, so that I have my recovery time to just really focus on what my body needs, and what my recovery process is going to be, especially if with the possibility that there is, that C word, that cancer possibility looming, in case there are, chemotherapy and radiation treatment that I have to do, which we don't know yet. But in the off chance, I want to make sure that you all receive the messages that you're meant to from my channel. I have a high level of responsibility and care and consideration for you guys. And some of you, this is not me calling out my friends because I genuinely love that you guys do this, but some of you actually think that I should be prioritizing myself. And I want you guys to understand this is me prioritizing me because I love you all so much. This entire experience has really, it's brought me to my knees. It has humbled me in a multitude of ways. I have had moments where I have been broken down into tears, and I have reached out to friends like Alyssa on Celtic Fairy Tarot or Czar on Lunar Refresh Tarot, or, Dina on Ember Moon Tarot, where I have reached out because I have needed that support system. When I share pieces of my life with all of you, it's not done because I want pity. It's not done because I want attention. It's done because I feel like you all are my family. You guys are my family in a way that I have always been seeking. Family, you love me in the way that I have always loved others unconditionally and so thoroughly. And so I share these moments with you because I love you all. And I know that I would never want some sort of truth bomb like, hey, somebody that you love is going through this situation, and find that out down the line. And maybe I'm just building it up in my head, but I don't think I am. I trust in what spirit leads me to and why. And I don't always know why, but for me, the why is in generalities, because spirit knows how I'm meant to move. So my biggest truth bomb lately has been that I need to learn how to trust modern medicine again, in a way that's more thorough, more in depth, and requires a higher level of surrender for my emotions, my mentality, and my physicality than ever before. And that is what I'm doing. All that being said, I really hope these truth bombs end up bringing some massively uplifting energy to you and to me. But I am surrendering myself to whatever they need to be. And I'll let you guys know if there are any trigger warnings, but I'm hopeful. All right, my loves. We have 4 piles today. Each pile has a signifier card based off of the mystical shaman oracle. One of my favorite decks, favorite energies. And as you guys, if you're not new to my channel, if you guys have been here for a while, I know you guys, there's a pile here, this hummingbird that we see quite often on this channel. I'm pretty excited about this energy, guys. So without further ado, I'm going to let you guys look over the piles, look over the energies, get in touch with your guides, your wisdom, and let yourself be led. I'll keep everybody updated on the journey as it unfolds for me, but I want to say thank you here today for the amount of love, support, care, consideration, kindness that I have been receiving. This is one of the scariest situations because I have to shut my work down. I have to shut my business down, and I have to slow my progress down here on my channel. It is taking a lot for me to surrender this, and you all are making it a lot easier for me. And so my heart and my love and my gratitude goes out to you all so much. So much. All right. So pile 1, we have the upper world. It's the card 59, reduces to a 5. Pile 2, we have the card the hummingbird, which is 26, reduces to an 8. Pile 3 with the card The Journey, the number 29, which reduces to an 11. And pile 4 with the card Flow, the number 20, which reduces to a 2. Get in touch with your guides, your energies, your intuition. Trust yourself and your guidance. Seek answers here or confirmation and clarity for things that you already know within you. And remember to take only what resonates, leaving the rest behind for those it belongs to. I love you all, and I am deeply grateful for you. I will see you at your piles. Hello, pile 1. Let's cleanse and clear the energy here. Okay. Pile 1, I'm getting this kind of rumination energy that ties deeply into summer. There's a lot of summer vibes, summertime energy here. For the first time ever, when I'm burning this Palo Santo, it actually smells like a campfire, which is actually quite unique because Palo Santo has a very distinctive scent to it. I can't even describe the scent because it's just so essentially Palo Santo smell. But this smells like hickory and applewood and a little bit of, I'm hearing oak. It's the kind of woods that you would use to smoke different kinds of meat, but including those in a campfire actually brings a new dimension to having a fire. Where I live, bonfires are common in the summertime. We wait until it gets dark out, which is usually around 10 p.m. We go out into the backyard and we have a burn pit dug out and, stone slabs all around it. And we light a bonfire and sit around in camp chairs and, play the guitar, roast marshmallows, and just kind of joke around, listen to music. Just spend this quality time out underneath the night sky. That's an energy here that I'm getting where it doesn't feel like these are things you're engaging in. It's like you're ruminating on that kind of energy, on the energy of, kind of that freedom that you experience during the summertime. It's almost like it's ingrained in everybody. And this could just be because me being from the States. This could be something that's really specific to growing up in the United States. Because of the way that the school year is designed, you start the school year in the fall. Excuse me, guys, I need a yawn. You start the school year in the fall, and then you complete the school year in the spring, during the month of May. Sometimes here now it goes through June, but where I'm from, it ran from mid to end of August until mid to end of May. And that was the school year. And once that final bell rang on the last day of school, it was like you could just feel the tangible freedom of the summertime coming in. It was, now is the time where we play sports and we don't have any responsibilities. And there's this essence of freedom. And you know that there are going to be all these grand adventures during that time. And that's where we come here to the core of your truth bomb with this upper world card. And its number is 59, and 59 reduces to 14, which reduces to 5. So we're working with temperance energy as well as the Hierophant energy. Now, if any of you know the major arcana in traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, in traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Hierophant has 2 keys on the card. And as I was preparing for your pile, I have a set, it's like a chest on my desk that is filled with sand from the Gulf of Mexico and shells from the beach at the Gulf of Mexico, but it also has all these antique keys in it. And it's got Lemurian quartz, and it's got Larimar, which is the Atlantis stone, and it's got all these fossils and all of these things in it. And as I'm preparing for your pile, one of the keys was just like vibrating, energetically vibrating. I could not resist. And when I put the key on your card, all I could see was the Hierophant card, and how there are 2 keys on the Hierophant card, but you're only getting 1 key. And the truth is that even though we may think that there are 2, there are actually 1. And this is something, it's kind of like because of the upper world card, with this key and the message of where we think there are 2, there are actually 1. This applies to both pathways as well as doors, as well as you and your higher self. It's like there is me and then there's my higher self. But where you think there are 2, there is really only 1. Now, the upper world card talks about the different energies that you have access to and stepping into a higher level of your destined path in this life. But the medicine, if it were to come out reversed, which I don't read reversals, but I do take into consideration how the energy feels, talks about a stagnancy, a lethargy with your path, your energy, and how that can actually occlude the truth. And that's something that I got really strongly with your energy, was the difference between destiny and destination. Now, there are many spiritual teachers, readers who talk about how this life is a journey, it's not a destination. And that's absolutely true. But when we treat our destiny like it's a destined point in our life, we're aiming at some sort of destination, we lose sight of what the journey is like. Now, the journey of life is meant to overall be something that we look back on and feel that same way as we do when that final bell rings during the last day of school, where we finally feel free. But we're not meant to experience life as the lockdown of the school year and then death as the freedom. We're meant to see that we have the freedom while we're in this incarnation, while we're in this life. Now, I am one that I can tell you definitively, I know what it's like to feel locked down in this existence. I know what it's like to struggle with finances. I know what it's like to struggle with trauma. I know what it's like to struggle with addiction. I know what it's like to struggle inside of a body that is significantly, it feels older than its actual years. I spent most of my 20s feeling like I was 80 years old. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm trying to navigate being in my 30s and feeling a lot like I'm in my 20s, while simultaneously now I'm being kind of rocketed into feeling like I'm in my 50s because I'm about to go through menopause. And so there's all these really dualistic energies that I am going through, but these energies that I'm going through correlate to you in such a strong way, and it doesn't mean that it's like your experience. Please don't take that as my meaning here. What my meaning here is there's that energy of feeling trapped that I'm getting with your energy as an illusion, but you may not see that as the illusion. The truth bomb is that you literally have the key to unlocking the truth. And the truth is that you're not as, it's like you're not as locked down as you think you are. Your freedom is actually more tangible, more, I'm hearing, ever present than you realize. Your freedom is in everything, but it's the perception that you have that needs to be shifted here. So before we get into the tarot cards, and we're going to be working with the tarot and the oracle de la Nuit, I believe is how it's pronounced. Again, I don't speak French, and I'm fairly certain that it's French. But from my limited dialect when it comes to foreign languages, I'm pretty sure NUIT is Nuit. So we're going to see what the illusion here is. Can you, Spirit and Spirit Guides of Pile 1, can we get one card to help tap into the illusion? Why is there an illusion of being trapped? Thank you. Okay. So we have the card 19 with Mulan. Okay. So I love how similar the energies and the colors of these two cards are. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Mulan talks about expectation. Expectation. Okay, so there may be some sort of familial expectation on you, but you could also be placing expectations on yourself, expectations on this existence and this life and what it looks like, what it's meant to be. With Mulan, she recognized that there was an expectation of her to be this perfect bride, this perfect daughter, this perfect, beautiful, coif, painted up, essentially doll, so that she would make a valuable wife and make her family proud. But there were other ways to make her family proud. And she wanted to fight. She wanted the freedom that she perceived was only possible if she was a man. And so she dressed as a man and she went to war for her father and for her family. And ultimately, throughout that entire experience, she found love. But here's the thing. Freedom for her was much closer than she realized, but she was so focused on hiding her truth, hiding her true self, so that she could continue on the journey, that she didn't realize in doing so, in these moments, she had found an essence of freedom within herself and within the path, within the journey. And she wasn't able, she just wasn't able to see that. She wasn't able to experience it. She was inundated with all of the worries and the fears and the anxieties of war and of hiding her true self and hiding this and hiding that. But the thing is when she came and she trained and she fought and she battled and she did this and she did that, and she was focused on hiding her true self, all she was focused on hiding was her gender. What she wasn't able to fully perceive was that she actually had the freedom to be her true self in those moments. And her true self was a fighter. It was someone with honor, with dignity, with integrity, who stood for what she believed in and fought for what she believed in. So the illusion is, in terms of freedom for you, the illusion is that you have to live up to some sort of expectation from someone in your life, whether that's from you, from your family, from your loved ones, from, I'm hearing, school. So some of you may be in college, or I want to say they call it post-secondary, but you may be in college. I just heard master's program. You may be getting your master's program and feel as though you have this higher level of expectation on your shoulders than even your classmates. And that's just it's so defeating. It's so exhausting when that happens, because it's like, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I live up to this expectation? How do I continue to move forward with this expectation? And the truth is that you don't carry the weight of other people's concerns. You look at your life itself. If you're in this situation or this environment and it's something that you chose for yourself, why did you choose it? Because why you chose it is going to help you understand that higher perspective of the situation, so you can see that you're actually significantly more free than you realize. Even though it may not feel like it at the time, you really are. Okay, so Spirit, if the illusion is expectation, the illusion is that you have to hide your true self while at the same time you're actually like being your true self. What is the truth bomb? What is this upper world trying to say? Okay, yeah, we've got the Star and the Page of Cups. I want to let you guys know that both these cards came out in the pre-shuffle. Okay, we have the Star, we have the Page of Cups. Is there anything else? I feel like there's one more in here somewhere. This is a kind of stubborn energy pile one. It's don't give me platitudes, don't give me fallacies, give me truth, give me beauty, give me reality, give me, yeah. Let me see the truth. Allow me to know the truth. Do not give me the illusion or the deception. This is what you don't want. The Seven of Swords. You don't want this anymore. It's like, don't put pretty flowers in my hands. She's got a rose in her hand, and I can't help but think of like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, which, you know, I watch those shows and I love those shows, but I recognize them for the illusion that they are. They give off this massive illusion about love and romance and how things happen and how love works and how relationships work. And in reality, that's not really how it is. Now, the truth that you guys need to know is that you have the capability of pouring out or being poured into. There's this never-ending process here. It's like your inner child is alive within you. And in this card, I literally feel like she just came from a bonfire. Like you may have a creek in your backyard or have a creek close to you. And we've got the hummingbird here. And I mean, some of you may have been drawn to the hummingbird pile. I'm not actually picking that up, but I do like the illusion here because it's more of an illusion to the number 2 where we have the High Priestess here. But with this star, this is Aquarius energy. So you may be an Aquarius Venus. I'm not getting any other placements for Aquarius, honestly, just Venus here, because this is more so about how you love your inner child, how you allow your inner child to show you the truth. Now, with the star here, there is a lot of Fae energy, inner child energy. It's like the wisdom of your inner child is the truth of who you are. And that's what you don't realize. Naivety is something that this world doesn't quite value the way that it should. They say that your dreams and your wishes can't come true. And, you know, the Page of Cups card to me is the card of wishes and hopes and dreams. It's the card of possibility, of potentiality. All of the colors here, all of the colors are very blue, very indigo, very violet. This is about speaking spiritual truths. Speaking your vision. What vision do you have right now? Because you have some sort of like starry-eyed vision, but with the star and the Page of Cups, what I get from this energy is that you think that your vision is the actual illusion when in reality, the illusion is that your vision isn't true. Your vision, whatever you feel is impossible, is the only possibility. That's why there's only one key. It's not about a destination. The destiny is the destination. And the destination is nothing more or less than the journey itself. And what is the journey? The destiny. And the destination is the experience. The journey is the freedom. And you see this. But there's that quality of fear surrounding being seen as naive beings. That's why Mulan is here. Because no one would have believed Mulan was capable of what she accomplished and did in her life because she's a woman. So there is a defeatist tendency that your guides are like, no, where it appears there are two, there are only one. There's only one key. There's only one destination. There's only one journey. There's only one path. There's only one. But there's also only one you. See, the High Priestess card is the number 2, but where it appears that there are two, there is only one. There's only one High Priestess here. Wherever it is in your life that you feel as though you have to be someone else, the truth is you're meant to be yourself. You're not meant to feel, it's not that you're not meant to feel. That's why I stopped it. You're meant to understand that even though it may feel as though you are two people, two different perceptions, two different ways, there is only one. Where it appears there are two, there is only one. Mulan appeared to be a man and a woman, but she was only one. Where there appears to be two, there is only one. So in all of those places where you felt torn between how do I be this person and this person, understand that both facets are that, just that. They are facets of who you are. They don't mean that you are one person versus another. It means that there are multiple facets to you, just like the dark and the light, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. There are two, but the two are one. This is about union, unity. Along the pathway, along the journey of life, we realize that we keep fighting for the end goal, but what is the end goal? I don't even think that we know what the end goal is. We can say it's this or this or this. It's success. It's survival. It's thriving. It's, financial freedom. It's emotional freedom. It's happiness. It's love. But once you have that, then what's next? And what happens when you realize that you've had it the entire time? There is no actual end goal. And that's a truth that's hard to face, but each one of your inner children knows this. The end goal is a fallacy. That's the truth bomb. That the end goal doesn't mean anything. The end goal is the lie. The truth is there is no end goal. There is only a journey. There's no destination. There is the freedom of experience, the freedom of expansion, the freedom of the journey, the freedom to experience all the different facets of who you are, all the different hopes, the dreams, the enlightenment, the wishes, the pouring forth of wisdom, of knowledge, of awareness. The illusion is that you'll be able to hold in your hand some sort of tangible goal to say this is freedom. But freedom is a state of mind. Freedom is a state of expression. Freedom is a state of emotion. Freedom is not something tangible. Freedom just is. Just like love is. Freedom is. Just like you are. All these things in one, where it appears there are two, or even many, there is only one. It's the alchemical truth. Because what do we do when we do alchemy? We take two items and we bring them together and we create one. We call it a third, but in reality, it's just one. We create one with it. We create unity where it appears there are many, or where it appears there are two, there is only one. That is your biggest truth bomb. Spirit and spirit guides of pile 1. Can we get any additional information or messages? That is too many. Okay. First of all, we have the fire element. As the sun blazes in the east, awakening the inner flame, beginning anew a passion. We have fire. Blessings of luck. Take a chance on your dreams. Luck is on your side. You know, red is a color that is not in these color schemes. It's the illusion that there is no passion there, that there is no progress there. And with Mushu here, Mushu was a blessing of luck from the family. Mushu was there to bless the family, to make sure that the family was taken care of. So this is saying you do have blessings of luck, but it's about you moving towards a new beginning, moving towards the breaking of the sun, even if you don't see it as a new beginning. Yes. Ginny Weasley, I never gave up on you. Not really. I always hoped. This is something that she says to Harry. When her and Harry get together, he has to come to the revelation that love exists and that he is meant to have the love that he desires. And that's with her. And the thing is that she holds on to hope throughout years, but she still experiences life. She doesn't allow any sort of lack because Harry doesn't return her affection in the beginning. She doesn't allow that to stop her from experiencing love in its different facets. She doesn't allow it to stop her from dating. She uses the hope that she has to just simply allow herself to grow into who she is, into her truest self. Not the little sister of Harry's best friend, but of herself, of Ginny, of this force to be reckoned with out on the Quidditch field, this force to be reckoned with when it comes to fighting the bad guys. She's a force to be reckoned with, and so are you. Family can be chosen by the heart, even without blood. right here. This is saying you get to choose going forward. Your inner child wants you to realize that everything that you have deemed impossible is absolutely possible. Look, on the back of the deck, inner duality is a truly beautiful quality of self. Where there appears to be two, there is only one. Your inner duality is you. You are one. You are whole. That can be a hard truth to face, especially if it comes at the cost of your biological family because it doesn't quite make sense. But remember that family is created, especially in relationships. We create a family anew when we come into a connection. My husband and I created a family between him and I and our children. It is a very yours, mine, and ours relationship and family. But we chose it. We chose it based off of our hearts. You here, everybody who is here is my soul family. I choose you because my heart is connected to yours. We may not be connected by blood, but we are connected by the heart. Ginny chooses who to love here. And she always hopes. Love and hope are powerful, powerful forces of enlightenment and guidance towards passion. Moving forward, your guides really want you to keep your heart open. We have the Golden Snitch and Hufflepuff energy. We have Skylar Van Allen and Benjamin Jack Force. We have the card Heal, Don't Heal. And it says, your worth is not defined by what another person tells you. Allow yourself to fly free of control and power of others over your sense of self. Your path in life is for you to live to its fullest, and no one should be allowed to limit you. Be limitless, be boundless. Let yourself heal and never heal to anyone else. Be free. What were we talking about? Freedom. And then we have rising and ascendant, which you may have a fire rising sign. So that's Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And with that energy, especially Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is 14, and that's that upper world energy. This rising sign is the place in the chart in which the sun breaks the horizon at the time of your birth, signifying how and through what energy you greet and shine forth into the world. This is the fullest manifestation of your chosen self in this incarnation. That is why this energy of fire is about the sun blazing in the east, because the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And I always associate that with fire energy because the zodiac wheel starts with Aries energy. Now, Skylar Van Allen, well, let's talk about the Golden Snitch and Hufflepuff, especially with Ginny Weasley's comment here. So Hufflepuffs are seen as the humble, the kind, the giving. They're kind of that wallflower energy so often. They're not bold and brave and outspoken the way that Gryffindors are. And they aren't incredibly logical and reasonable and abstract and intelligent as Ravenclaws are. And they are nowhere near as shrewd and calculating as a Slytherin is. But they contain all of those same features within them. They are essentially all and none in one. They are so beautiful of an energy. They're loving, they're giving. This is about how you come into relationships and whether you believe that love is possible based off of who you are. Do you believe that you're capable of being loved? That's the number one energy here, especially with this Ginny Weasley with the golden sitch and the Hufflepuff, because she's like the goat of relationships, because it seemed so impossible. And then all of a sudden they were connected. They were in love. It seemed so impossible. She never gave up hope. She never gave up hope that he would love her. Why? Because she believed she was worthy of it. No matter what this pertains to in your life, whether this is about your friendships, whether this is about your relationships, whether it's about a community, whether it's about work, whether it's about your place in the world outside of your familial ties, all of it, this is meant for you to understand that you carry the wisdom within you to know, because you carry your higher self. And your higher self is more than worthy of love because you love your higher self. So you are your higher self. Where there is two, there is really only one. Alternately, you may be on a twin flame journey. And that is also a massive truth bomb, because twin flame journeys, they're difficult as fuck. And I say that in the way that I do because it hyper emphasizes how challenging they are. And I know this because I'm on one. I'm married to my twin flame. And I don't even like calling him that because there is such a connotation to it, both negative and positive, and I don't want any labels on it. But Skylar Van Allen and Benjamin Jack Force they are a new kind of energy, a new kind of soulmate. They are the kind that is a chosen twin. Benjamin Jack Force had another twin, but he chose to love Skylar. He chose to love someone that was completely different than anyone he'd ever been with, anyone he had ever loved before. He made that choice consciously to love her, and she loved him with everything that she had. These two characters, who are from the Blue Blood series, in case you're wondering, if you guys are readers, it's from the Blue Blood series. These two characters, their storyline is one of the most anguishing storylines, but it talks about the unmistakable quality of true love. And love does not control. Love does not make you fall in line. Even if it is true love in the form of family, it will never make you fall in line. That's not love. That's control. Control is not love. The truth is that you are a being and an entire self and energy of nothing more or less than the purity of love, of passionate love, of just blessings. Like you're a walking blessing in the world, and you don't necessarily see it. And there's energies and entities, higher energies from this upper world, angels, archangels, fae, deities, spirit, star seeds that are trying to pour into you this awareness of just how possible it is that all your wildest dreams can come true, because you carry the wisdom within you for how they can come true, but you don't see it because you don't value yourself completely. All of this is just literally telling you how worthy you are of love, because you hold on to hope in a way that is so beautiful that you embody it. You embody the brilliance of power and knowing you're the prize. You're the end goal. It's not something you're ever going to hold in your hand. It's something that you are in and of yourself. Pile 1, you're the end goal. You already have exactly what you're looking for. It's right here, right now. Far more ever present than you think. Every moment that you're present, the end goal is also present. All right, pile one, this has been your truth bomb, courtesy of your guides, your higher self, spirit. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing this energy to my channel. Thank you for everything that you do in the world. You guys are absolutely incredible, and I'm honored to have you on my channel and to do this reading for you. And honor is my word of the year, apparently. So thank you so much. I want to say thank you to your guides, my guides, spirit, for facilitating the connections between our energies, for allowing these messages to flow through so smoothly. It is truly an honor and a blessing to be here, to read these energies and to work with you, spirit. Thank you. All right, pile one. This reading resonated. A really great way to exchange the energy equally is to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment in the comment section below. I'm going to get to the comments as often as I can, as I am going to be out with, medical issues and surgery and traveling. So please bear with me for that stuff, because over the next few weeks, it's going to be kind of hit or miss. But I do always love interacting with you guys, hearing how these resonated, how they impacted, and how they really flowed for you. And it just makes me feel so happy to know that you receive the confirmations you desire here. All right, pile one, I want to say thank you again so much. And I wish you guys nothing but love and happiness moving forward. I will see you at my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile two. So let's go ahead and clear this energy, clear the space out here. So we are getting truth bombs. And I got to tell you guys, pile one's reading did not go how I expected it to, in the most beautiful way. And if you are here from pile one, hi guys, welcome back. So we are getting truth bombs, and these truth bombs are here to help break you free of some form of illusion. Now, you guys chose the hummingbird card, and it's the card number 26, and 26 reduces to an 8. And 8 is like the upright energy of infinity, of endlessness, limitlessness. It's no holds barred, no limits, no boundaries, just expansiveness. This is very Jupiter energy. You could have Jupiter in your 8th house or Jupiter in Scorpio in your natal chart. You don't have to have that for this to be your reading, but those are really prominent energies. Alternately, you could be having a Jupiter return this year, which would mean you would have Jupiter in either Aries or Taurus. And in this case, if you were having a Jupiter return this year, I would say that you would have Jupiter in the early decan, the first decan, so the first 10 degrees of Taurus, more than anything, is how the energy feels. But this hummingbird card talks about the sweetness and the nectar of life, about traveling great distances and allowing the thrumming of your wings to take you where you need to be. But it also has a medicine aspect to it that talks about believing in yourself. Now, here's the thing about the hummingbird. The hummingbird is the bird that defies all odds. And I realized reading about this bird that it's one of the most majestic animals I've ever witnessed in my life. And I've had so much interaction with this singular bird in my life. My grandma, it's her favorite bird. And so she will always, every summer, she has her sugar water out, but she has these beautiful, or she had these beautiful, beautiful gardens, both on her farm as well as at her house in town prior to her moving into assisted living facility. And she always seemed to know exactly what flowers the hummingbirds would be drawn to that year. And here's the thing, they were different flowers every single season, every single year. But she always knew, she was so deeply attuned to it. My grandma traveled far more than I ever realized in her life. And she really had all these grand adventures of her life that she has shared with me in my adulthood so that I understand her better, but also understand where I come from better. Now, when we are working with the hummingbird energy, especially with the number 8, the reason why I said this is like the upright version of limitlessness. It's like standing in your own limitlessness, standing in your own expansive possibility and potentiality within yourself, because you take the infinity symbol and you set it up right. And in a big way, this is about how we are infinite beings. Yes, we contain a soul, and our soul is immortal and endless. But here in this world, we see all of these limitations and all of these restrictions. And I myself fall victim to this time and time again, because my body can only do so much. And there are only so many things that you can do in a single lifetime. But why are we limiting ourselves and what we could do in a lifetime? Last year, in the year of 2022, I endeavored to write planetary retrograde guidebooks. And I sat down and I wrote 6 different guidebooks for 6 different planets. And I wrote, edited, and did all of the formatting and everything, and published all of these books all in the same year. And I had people in my life telling me that you can't do that. You're going to overextend yourself. It's going to be too much. And I just was at that point of, don't tell me what I can't do. Some of you may love the TV show Lost. And whether it's kind of a take him or leave him with John Locke, the character John Locke, but his energy always comes through with the hummingbird, because his like number one catchphrase was, don't tell me what I can't do. He crashed in a plane on an island, and this island had magical properties. And when he crashed, prior to the plane going down, he was paralyzed from the waist down, paralyzed in a wheelchair. The plane crashed. He woke up on the island and he could walk again. And it was a miraculous feat. Something that should not have happened. Something that he was always told wasn't possible. And he endeavored at that point to say, don't tell me what I can't do. And he defied odds, broke boundaries, never took no for an answer. And granted, the way that he went about it in the show was not necessarily how you want to. But that energy is here. Pile 2, the biggest truth bomb here is no one can tell you what you cannot do. Because you contain this ability to defy all odds, break all boundaries, and journey into the underworld, into the higher world. You have this beautiful journeying energy. I would call you guys a Sagittarius rising, to be honest, because that's the energy that you carry naturally. And that energy comes through a lot, but you may not necessarily be a Sagittarius rising. You could have Sagittarius in your 9th or 10th or 11th houses with your medium Koli or your midheaven in one of those houses in Sagittarius. So essentially you could have your midheaven in Sagittarius, but it could fall in the 9th, the 10th, or the 11th house. Mostly the 9th house is what I'm getting, because that Sagittarian energy is so strong with this hummingbird energy. But pile 2, this is about how you can experience all the joys and the sweetness that life has to offer for you. And whether or not you choose to partake in the mindset that you're not meant to do that, there's kind of an opposition to Taurian energy here, which is quite interesting, because I really love being in Taurus energy because my house stays consistently clean whenever I tap into Taurus energy. Like my house is just sparkly. But whenever I'm in Sagittarius energy, I'm sitting there thinking about the next grand trip that I can take, an adventure that I'm going to go on. Oh, excuse me. I haven't yawned and moved energy like that in quite a while. That was really very powerful. But it's about what next great trip and next great adventure you're going to go on in your life. Now, pile 2, and I don't know if you guys saw my community post about me having surgery, but part of my energetic makeup has to do with balancing out Cancer and Capricorn energies. Because this axis is so strong within my natal chart, I need to plan and to focus, to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel as though I don't need to withdraw from the world. I have to make sure that I have some sort of structure to it. It's, in a big way, it's like Virgo balances these two energies out in my life, and I love that. But I need to have things situated. So with this surgery that I have coming up, I want to have everything set ahead of time before I leave. And the reason for that being that I want to make sure that with all of everything that I have situated, set up, designed, everything, that when I walk out my door to head to Minnesota to go and have surgery, that I am looking at it as a grand adventure in my life, ready for any twists and turns and excitement. Wow, you guys, the yawns, ready for any kind of transmutation of energies, ready for anything. But that I look at it and I have the perception and the energy going into it of excitement and adventure, of a sort of vacation time frame, rather than looking at it through the lens of fear, worry, anxiety. I want to give myself the time and the energy and the space that I need prior to feel the fear and the worry and the anxiety. And then from there to say, okay, I have felt this. I have acknowledged it. I have worked through it. Now I know it is time for me to do this, to experience it this way. This is the perception that I choose to have moving forward. And that's what I do. Doing it that way, it really does defy odds. Like, people don't look at surgeries like, oh, this is going to be a grand adventure. But when you look at it that way, then you see the whole world as possibility. And that's something that's really, really strong in your energy, is seeing the possibility. And so the reason why I say you may have an aversion to Taurian energy is because you may feel like, I don't want to be stuck here on this physical plane. I don't want to be stuck in this physical body. I don't want to experience the physicality of this earth. I want to expand. And expand and expand and expand. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to know. I want to experience. I want to feel. I want to travel, to journey, to adventure. And the hummingbird is that energy. And you may have been trying to get yourself to settle down, to slow down, to do this, to do that, because it's what's prim, it's what's proper, it's what's expected. You're not here to do what's expected, pile 2. You're here to expand, and not just expand in your life, but expand the world. You're here to show the world a completely different perspective, something that the world does not see. And the question is where is the illusion holding you back? Why don't you believe this about yourself? So let's find out that. All right, guys, we are working with the De La Nuit again, and I hope I'm saying that right, but I'm fairly certain I'm not. Let me know in the comment section below. If you are a polyglot or you speak French, am I saying that correctly? I'm fairly certain it's French. I could be wrong, but to me, that's a De La Nuit. Nuit. No, it's of the night. So, Spirit and Spirit guides for pile 2s. Can we find out what illusion it is that is blocking them from believing in their ever so adventurous nature? Thank you so much. Oh, we have the card 24 with Shiraz. I can't pronounce that. I don't actually know this one. So if you guys give me just one moment, I am going to get the book out. 1, 2, 3, 4. My story. The Sultan Shahryar. God, my pronunciation is just terrible today. Having been hurt by a former unfaithful wife, resolved to marry a new girl each day and have her killed the next day. When he married me, the daughter of the vizier, I started to tell him a tale. He wanted me to continue speaking the next night, and the night after, and the night after. And when 1001 nights had passed, the king, having fallen in love with me, decided to spare my life and kept me as his inspired queen. My message: what are the stories that live inside you and that you wish to tell? Offering the tales that fill your mind is quite important at this stage of your path. It could even save your life in a symbolic way. So do not wait. Speak, write, compose, paint, whatever form you choose for your story. Give it birth without delay, but remember, your audience needs to be captivated. So make your story unforgettable and addictive. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love this. I did, because there is the lamp, I did get a kind of Aladdin vibe from it. And it's so funny how that works out, because there was my stepson was talking, and he actually quoted Aladdin the other night, and he goes, all this cosmic power in an itty bitty little living space, because that's something that the genie talks about. And that in and of itself, just that lamp, that's what the illusion is. You have all this cosmic power, and you're stuck inside this itty bitty little living space within your body. How can you be this expansive and be contained within yourself? But it's about the stories that you tell. What stories are you addicted to telling? Are you addicted to telling stories that are defeatist, minimization, really kind of selling yourself short, selling who you are short, what you can do, what you're here to experience? You know, something that I talk about all the time is my kids. You know, I talk about my kids all the time, but I never really experienced the world. I've been a mom since I was 15 years old. I got pregnant when I was 15, had my first daughter at 16, and I have been a parent ever since. But even before that, I was an adult. I was taking care of myself more than I was being taken care of by my parents, well, by my mom. My dad had passed. But I convinced myself that I had to play small, that I had to be provincial, that I had to live small. The illusion is that your stories don't matter, that you're just, it's like, if I tell my stories, I'm just going to get killed the next day anyway. But you're like Shirazi. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is the energy you carry. Your stories matter. The words that come out of your mouth, they matter. What you tell yourself matters. What you tell others matters. There are so many people that are sitting there waiting to hear how it is that you became who you are. What it is that you need to grasp within yourself, to pull the thread of, to follow down the rabbit hole within yourself, to discover all the ways that you get to weave the truth of your existence into being. Why would you play it small? Why would you say, I have lived a life of minimal. I have lived a life where I don't experience what I desire to experience because I'm not worthy of it, because I have this itty bitty little living space. Rather, I am small but mighty, brave and powerful, steady and true. And I know that my wishes always come true. So why wish for less than what I deserve? I'm going to embrace the fullness of who I am and fly free, soar, experience, journey, taste of the nectars of life. You may not believe in me, but I believe in myself. And the more that I love me, the more that I speak my truth, the more that I tell my stories, weave them in and out within the cosmos, the more odds I defy, the greater I travel. You may not be called to travel very far, or you may be called to travel across the world. What's holding you back beyond yourself? And when I say I'm a parent, and I talk about parenting all the time, I'm one of those people that I love traveling. I really do. I love it. I haven't experienced a lot of it in my life, but I do love it. It is exhilarating going to someplace new, experiencing it, talking to random strangers that I don't know, just being that person that gets to experience it, help other people, and then walk away like this mystical being. It's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, because I share my gifts, and I keep thinking on my journey my journey down to Florida last summer. And there were moments where I felt like a circus monkey, just like performing my super magic tricks with my psychic gifts. But I get phone calls from my mother-in-law where she says, "Oh, so-and-so remembers you, and you really struck a chord with them. You really impacted them. They can't, my favorite one is, you freaked them the fuck out with your gifts. They keep asking when you're coming back." And I love that, because to me, it's like, okay, I can be super accurate. You can be really freaked out, but it was fun. It was enjoyable. It was expansive. And it was an experience. And what did I do with that experience? I put it in a book and I shared my stories, because every story that I learned, every lesson that I learned had everything to do with the energies I was working through. I wrote so many books last year, and they were all based off of different experiences and the ways in which I experienced my gifts. When you guys are here at my channel, when you're here, you hear my stories in a very unique way that is personal to me, but you still hear the stories that make me who I am and why I am the way that I am, to help you see who you truly are. Spirit and spirit guides for pile 2. What do they need to know moving forward? We have the Page of Swords, and this speaks about Merida, the Knight of Pentacles. I get such strong, with this particular Knight of Pentacles, I get such strong Khaleesi vibes, because she definitely does look like Khaleesi. The Ace of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is you got a bonus card. And on the back, we have the Page of Cups. Yeah, some of you definitely are from pile 1 for sure. And normally I wouldn't say that, but I don't get the energy that you guys are meant to go to pile 1. I get the energy that some people from pile 1 are here. But this is a lot about overcoming the feeling of being naive, overcoming the feeling of the world telling you what you can and cannot do. Again, now I'm getting John Locke energy once more of, don't tell me what I can't do. Don't tell me I can't have new love and be emotionally fulfilled, because that's literally your destiny. You're destined to experience new love everywhere you turn. It's just like the new wives, a new wife every day. He experienced new love every day. And then at the end of it all, he experienced the ultimate love. The love of a story, the love of wisdom, the love of words, the love of a person, all encompassed within one. That is so expansive. It's so expansive. And with this giving off a very strong Khaleesi vibe, regardless of whoever this figure is, because there is that energy of death. Khaleesi was the breaker of chains. She was the mother of dragons. You're learning how to mother your divine masculine energy. You're learning how to give your divine masculine love and affection. And guys, Willow is freaking out, so I need to go let her in. Definitely strong Sagittarian energy. Give me just one moment. All right, my loves, I am back. Willow is... I don't know if you can hear the pitter-patter of her feet, but it's like a drum. It's quite amusing. She is quite amped up. It's time for you to let yourself embrace curiosity. Get really curious about what patterns it is that are contained within you that are coming to play, coming to roost, coming to the surface right now, because those are patterns that are ready to be broken. It's this energy of working with the divine masculine and feminine in such a beautiful, harmonious way so that she can tell the divine masculine exactly what he needs to do to be less reactive. Just like this says, we can learn from the illusion that everything is going to fall apart, that your stories don't matter. We can learn from that illusion and learn how to move in a new way. Yes, there may be times where you think that things are going to take forever. With the Knight of Pentacles being the slowest knight in the deck, literally, Willow just going crazy right now. She normally does not bark like this. There's another dog outside that is just like egging the dogs on. But with the Knight of Pentacles being the slowest knight in the deck, Khaleesi took a very long time to get back to Westeros. She had to endure many hardships. She had to lose the love of her life. She had to learn her own gifts and power. Give me one moment, guys. All right, bye on two. Let's try to keep going. Khaleesi, she had to face the hardest pain ever, sit on a funeral pyre and allow herself to be burned with her husband. But what came from that was dragons. Dragons were brought back into the world. Dragons that had been believed to be extinct and were, for all intents and purposes, were actually extinct for a very long time. But she, through her bravery, in the pits of despair and the loss and the anguish, she became expansive. In that moment, she became the mother of dragons. Now, this is asking you, are you going to go and march your way into whatever situation comes up next and next and next, feeling like the wife that is always going to be killed? Or are you going to go in there like Sherazade? Is that Sherazade? And face the truth of who you are, the stories you have to tell, the wisdoms you have to share. Sing the song of your soul loud and proud, strong and true. Get curious about the ways in which you're meant to move through this world and realize that you are that new love, that cup of sweet nectar that the world is waiting for. This is your truth bomb. The truth is that happiness is your birthright. Joy is your birthright. The nectar of life is something you are meant to experience because you are the hummingbird. And that is what fuels the hummingbird, is the nectar of life. With this Page of Swords, it's about getting curious and brave, surrounding yourself. And it's too many. We can take these though. Yes, 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 yes. What you are not seeing about yourself is you're coming into energetic alignment with your highest self, with spirit, with the fifth element, the element of spirit, which brings everything together, full circle, our burrows. It's still the infinity, the eight, within and without, above and below, center of all is the true power contained and woven in all. This is spirit. This is the truth. There are always new beginnings awaiting if you choose them right here. Every new beginning that you choose brings you into greater alignment with your ultimate emotional fulfillment. We have from the frozen north, falling from the sky, cleansing and clearing souls, the element of water. So we have water and spirit. And then you have the two polarities, the two extremes. We have 0, 0, 0, oneness, blind faith, innocence, limitlessness, a new journey. Again, new beginnings, new journey, co-creation, freedom from fear, release, rejuvenation, and your soul calling. And then we also have the card 99 or 999 with completion, surrender, success, rebirth, renewal, dreams and wishes, independence, interdependence, personal power, inner journey, and naturalness. So you may be seeing zeros and nines. Again, we've got a 0 here. I'm going to put the zeros out. But this is about coming together into wholeness within the self, having that faith. Blind faith is such a powerful gift that you contain within yourself. And knowing that every time that you jump into a new journey, you're jumping into your limitlessness. I just realized limitlessness is on this card. And that's exactly how we open this reading. Oh my God. Guys, I'm totally a psychic and I love it. You are your own hero and heroine. No one needs to save you, for you are all you need. You are the student teaching the teacher who is the student. One and both. Oneness. You are everything in and of itself. You don't need to save anyone, and you don't need anyone to save you, because you are saved, because you are saving yourself, because you are yourself. And you are already all of these things. You are the student and the teacher teaching the student, and the student teaching the teacher. This is a beautiful way of explaining that this is a symbiotic world, but you and spirit are coming into symbiosis. Your emotions are aligning with the truth of all of what you contain within you. And that energy of an itty bitty living space, you're no longer going to be experiencing that if you so choose. What do you want to create? What freedom do you wish for? What are you releasing? One of the number one ways of release is literally to say, I no longer wish to carry this within me. I release it. Spirit, take it from me. Spirit guides, I release this. I relinquish this to you to bear, to carry. Carry this for me. Take this away. I have learned what I need to from this situation. We've got the 6th house, Virgo, ruled by Mercury, the house of service and health. It's health and nutrition, duty to the collective, self-improvement, service, employment, and work routines. Again, remember we talked about that Virgo energy, but with Mercury, this is about the stories that you tell. How do you talk about yourself in terms of your self-improvement, your service, your not necessarily always duty to the collective, but how you care for your body, your mind, your heart, your soul. How do you care for these? Then we've got Gryffindor and Slytherin. These are energetic opposites in essence. They're energetic opposites. Oh, I love this. Okay, we've got 2 shadow energies. Shadows are not meant to rise from under your feet. And it says your shadow and negative self-talk have been rising from the ground below and blocking the view, your view of the sun, the moon, and your shining star. It is time for you to get moving. Put your shadow back where it belongs, underneath you and integrated into your wholeness. Again, we have this repetitive pattern of wholeness. With these two energies, they're oppositional energies by nature because Gryffindors and Slytherins are well known to be rivals. But when you think of a rival, what are they? They are a reflection of a part of yourself that you contain within, that you're being asked to be honest with yourself about. So punishment here, punishment for someone else's wrongdoing, it's not the way that it's meant to be. You're meant to learn how to be your own person. You know, with these two energies being out, I can't help but think of Albus Severus Dumbledore, or what is it? Albus Severus Potter. It's Harry Potter's son, and how he ended up in Slytherin when his whole family was Gryffindor. But he was named after two amazing headmasters, one of which was Slytherin. And how you can deviate from your family. It also harkens back to Sirius Black, whose whole family was in Slytherin, and he was put in Gryffindor. And those are such oppositional energies, but at the same time, they all contain very similar energies. Harry Potter almost got put in Slytherin, but he chose to be in Gryffindor. This is about you choosing certain things. You can see Slytherin energy, the cunning and the wiliness, as a negative, as a shadow. You can see it that way, or you can see that it feeds into more courage and bravery. These two really are more complementary than anyone in either of the houses may have wanted to acknowledge. Finally, we have bemoan, but beware. And it says, your discord has been noted. Spirit is coming to you now to tell you. You are slipping upon the edge of tumbling that which you have labored long at. Do not continue on this path. Choose gratitude for your blessings instead. I had a subscriber who commented, and it was quite toxic of a comment, and it was not something I ever expected from this particular subscriber, because the interactions and the perceptions had been so beautiful up until that point. And the comment is not available. It was flagged automatically. It was put through the held for review filter. And I was like, I'm not going to approve this, because it was someone who was literally bemoaning consistently that their guides were not there for them, that they were not grateful for spirit, that they were not grateful for this life, because everything was just owed to them. And that may be their perception, and that's fine. But my perception is that when we move into a state very similar to the hummingbird, and this is something that is so natural in your energy, that it's something that I feel so comfortable in. When we move and we are aiming at the nectars of life, and we're moving from nectar to nectar, we're moving from good thing to good thing. Yes, the journey from one good thing to the other is perilous. A hummingbird travels from South America all the way up to the top of North America. It travels such vast distances that journey is not easy. It's not easy, and it's definitely not safe, but it is expansive and adventurous. But when we're constantly complaining about this or that, or not having this or not having that, when we complain instead of see all that we have in our lives, we're not able to get out to the other end. Now, this Page of Cups card has been repeating because it's the card of when pigs fly, making the impossible possible. Ariel never should have been able to walk on land, but she did. She made the impossible possible in her life. This is why we love fairy tales. Because as kids, we're taught from a young age all of these negative, toxic ideas and notions, because that's how the world has always been operating. And where is the one place that we go to believe differently? It's in fairy tales. And this particular Page of Cups card came out in another such pile 2 energy with my karma reading. And when I first interacted with this cup card, this Page of Cups card, I felt like my heart was being ripped to shreds. But here's the thing. I could have been like, that is too painful. I can't look at that card. It constantly, unendingly, even now, reminds me of my friend Michelle, who ended her own journey. Rather than using a semicolon, she used a very definitive period for herself and her unborn child. And it was life altering for me. It utterly changed me. Mind, body, soul, destiny, fate, everything changed. The moment she put the gun in her hand, everything changed for me. And I didn't know for a couple of days afterwards. I jumped into this spiritual journey on blind faith and a notion of wanting freedom. Freedom that she never received in this life. Freedom from the mindsets and the toxic traits and the ways in which I was destroying my own life and limiting myself. The ways in which I had given all my power away. Pile 2. We can continue to say, okay, this is going to cause pain. This is going to be hard. Or allow me to show you that while I am learning from your energy, I'm also helping to teach you. And in this situation, you're being asked to see that you get cleansing from those moments by embracing the truth, which is sometimes we go through hard moments, we go through pains, or we see things that are horrific, like wives being killed one day after the next, knowing that you're next, and choosing a different path, a path that is said to be impossible, choosing the impossible path. Why? Because you defy odds. You're the hummingbird. This truth bomb for you is literally that you're meant for it all. The pains of the past don't have to have any say, any bearing over how you share your story, how you speak your truth, and how you expand yourself into this world. All right, pile 2. This took a decidedly different turn than I expected it to, but I am truly blessed and honored to be here with you and your energies and these messages. And I want to say thank you so much. I want to say thank you, to your guides, to my guides, to Spirit, for connecting the energies, facilitating the messages coming through, allowing everything to flow so smoothly, beautifully, and in such a loving glow. This is an absolutely incredible energy, and I cannot stop smiling. Thank you so much. Pile 2, if this resonated, a great way for an equal energy exchange is to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment in the comment section below. Let me know how it resonated, how you're feeling about it, the whole 9. I would really love your input and feedback. I don't currently have personal readings open as I am preparing for a very intense abdominal surgery and the recovery afterwards. By the time you guys see this, it's going to be just shortly before I will be taking time off and heading out of state. But I did want to say thank you so much again for all the love and support. There are links to donate and links to my author page. If you guys are looking for some sort of inspiration, my first book is not perfect by any means. There's so many editing things that I could do with that book, but I chose to leave it how it is because it shows me my own personal progress as an author. I think it might be something for you to be able to see that you can pick up the pen, the authorial sword, and weave your own tale. All right, pile 2. Thank you again so much for being here. This has been amazing. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 3. So we're going to go ahead and cleanse the energy here. Okay. Pile 3. So we are going to be receiving messages, truth bombs. And this reading has been going beautifully. It really has. Can you guys feel that? That like lingering but in the air? This reading has been going really great. However, I had to, yes, I know that however is the same as saying the word but. However, I had to take a break between filming pile 2's and pile 3's messages. All the cards that came out for this reading all talk very similarly about the same thing, and it's about what this journey of life means. Your pile in particular, pile 3, your pile in particular is talking about the journey inward. It's the journey of transforming everything that you have been through into a state of wisdom. And there's a truth here that is trying to be formed. It's a higher level of truth that is trying to be formed. This may be a truth surrounding something that you have received via dream or visions. Something about clairvoyance, clairaudience, your clairs, and them changing suddenly. I found myself in this energy as of late, this energy that I can feel here with your pile. And it's this energy of everything is about to change, but I don't know what everything is. And I don't know what is going to change about the everything that is changing. And I've been in this place before, but I don't get the sense that you have experienced this yet. And that's why it comes with an unhealthy dose of fear, anxiety, worry, shame, guilt. All those creepy crawlies in your head, those mentalities, those mindsets that are trying to seep in and tell you you're on the wrong path, you're doing the wrong thing, your life is out of control, you're out of control, this world is out of control, what are you going to do? I'm being brought back to a comment my brother made once when he was in a triggered shadow state. When he said, I believe in flat earth. And he was saying this because there was a shadow surrounding honesty, transparency, trust in forces higher than oneself, transferable easily to the government, scientists, modern media, or mainstream media, what have you. We transfer, it's projection in a way. It's transferring something that we're feeling internally onto a higher source or a source outside of ourselves that we view as higher than who we are. They have a truth that they're not sharing with us, but the reality is that there is a truth internally that we are not receiving. We are not able to receive it because we are not aware of its ever-present nature within ourselves. And what he said was, how can you not believe in a flat earth? Ever since the time we were children, they told us we are on this sphere, this ball, spinning out of control out in outer space. And it was that comment that helped me to realize the higher level of what he was saying. It wasn't about conspiracy. It wasn't about this. It wasn't about that. It was about the feeling of a lack of control because knowledge had not yet been made into wisdom. And I'm the kind of person where I will take the reins so tightly. So I will control as much as I possibly can because I spent so much of my life being controlled by others that now it makes me feel safe to know that things are in my hands, in my control. However, there's a healthy level of fear that goes along with that of failure. When you're transforming knowledge into wisdom, what you have to do is see all aspects of what it is that is asking to be transformed. The journey of that requires you going internally. And a lot of the time, what we don't realize is an internal journey requires us to move elsewhere. Externally. And I'm literally hearing, Monica, I can't move. Monica, like, you don't understand. I do understand. I do, because here's the thing. I've been called to move from my house for almost a year and a half now. I don't have the finances. I don't have the resources. I don't have a place. I don't have the strong urge that I am meant to 100% leave this space because I don't feel as though I am done with the energy here. But I can feel that there are nuggets of knowledge, experiences, things that I know I've experienced, things that I have moved through, but I haven't quite figured out the subtle nuances of them yet. And therefore, they have not been completely transformed into wisdom. And pile 3, the truth bomb, is that you're being called to do an inner journey. And the reason why it feels so damn confusing is because it's an inner journey that's actually calling you externally. It's asking you to leave your house. It's asking you to leave your current surroundings. It's asking you to leave your friendship group and meet other friends. Does that mean that you're never going to return to the place in which you're at right now? No. That's something that we all choose along the journey itself. But there's that fear. Is it too soon? Is it too late? There is never a right time or a wrong time to embark upon the journey that one needs in order to transform everything into an integrated state so that wisdom can dawn and realization can move through them so that they can awaken to a higher level of consciousness and awareness. And this is something that is my personal truth. Whether you resonate with it or not, it's what my life has become. And this is something that you're learning. Well, what is my truth? What is your truth, pile 3? What is your truth? This is about you here receiving or seeking to receive truth bombs. Sometimes truth bombs come in hard truths. Sometimes they come in a way that may not necessarily make sense. But why are they here? They're here to make you philosophize about your life. They're here to make you realize that you are creating illusions. What are illusions? Illusions are fear. What is fear? Fear is the opposite of love. Fear is what holds us back from love. And you are holding yourself back from love out of fear. Now, what is the fear? I can't answer that. There are too many here. There are too many to identify a specific fear, but it's something that you can feel in the center of your chest, like a Charlie horse, right in the middle of your breastbone. And it doesn't make any sense because, you eat well, you take care of yourself, you drink plenty of water, you're not dehydrated. Why does it feel like there is a knot in your chest? Why does it feel like it is locking up, like it is seizing on you? Why it feels like that is because that is what fear feels like in a tangible form. Fear feels like seizing, frozen, freezing. it feels like knotting things up, balling it up. It feels like the avalanche that will suffocate you. How do you open yourself up to allowing the avalanche to take over? The easiest answer to that is surrender. Ironically, it's also the most challenging. Neither good, neither bad, both just are. You're being asked to surrender here. I just heard surrender what? No, that's the question, isn't it? That's the trick. In order to know what is meant to be surrendered, we have to know what we're blocking ourselves from seeing. So what is it that you're not seeing? Spirit guides of pile 3. Can we get some clarity on what they are not seeing? And we are working with the Tarot de la Nuit and the Oracle as well. That is way too many. Again, I reiterate, you guys saw we got a stack of about half the deck on that one that just jumped out. There are many here. There are many fears. But where there are many, there are one. I have to show you this because it came out in the pre-shuffle twice. We have Hansel and Gretel on the back. That is a story of betrayal, primarily. No matter how you cut it, you can look at it as the bravery of the children. It is a betrayal. It is a betrayal from those you trust the most. And we come full circle to the energy I picked up. So, and again, I'm probably butchering the way you pronounce it, de la Nuit, but I'm going to take it. I am not at all surprised. We have card 14 with Princess and the Pea. Now, the Princess and the Pea is one of those stories that asks you to realize what you're sensing. In the Princess and the Pea, the storyline goes that she came and stayed at a prince's castle on a large stack of mattresses. And underneath the mattresses, there was a singular pea placed under there. And all these supposed princesses would come and stay, and they would sleep gloriously. And if there was just one who could sense the pea, she would be the true princess. This is about the subtleties. This is about non-conformity. The fear is going in your own direction. The fear is your own uniqueness. The fear is doing something different from the collective. The fear that exists here is in the pea and not the princess. You can be the princess. You're just fine with that. It's like I can be Leo energy. I can shine forth all I want. I can be Scorpio energy. I can dive into the darkness all I want. What I can't do is be Aquarius energy. I can't be different for the sake of being different. I can see the way that everybody else is doing things, but I don't engage in it. Why not? Because you are the princess. What does the princess understand about engaging in all the same things that everybody else is doing? That it brings her pain, or it brings everybody else pleasure. How ironic is that? In a big way, your entire reading is one big ball of irony. That may be something that creates fear. An ironic situation comes up, and now I'm hearing, isn't it ironic? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride, but you've already paid. It's good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Huh? Isn't that funny? Irony, ironic situations are situations in which the expectation is the opposite of what happens, or something along those lines. you expect your wedding day to be free of rain, but the thing is when you get rain on your wedding day, it's actually considered in a lot of places good luck. Perception is a curious little creature here, because it's your perception that is holding the fear there, that is creating the blockage, that is creating the wound, that is creating the resistance to turning this knowledge into wisdom. So, in this situation with the Princess and the Pea, this is asking you to think about your own personal uniqueness. While everyone else is doing this one thing, so the prince is marrying, like the princes all around the kingdoms were marrying all these women claiming to be princesses. Come to find out, they weren't. They didn't understand. You engage in all of these different things and you sully the position that you have or the energy that you have. Spirit, can you help me associate this? Okay. If you are a sports fan, so for me, I'm a Denver Broncos fan. I have a second favorite team that is the 49ers, but that's just because it's my husband's team. And because we're not in the same conference, I can like them just fine. Actually, let's give a better example. I'm a Michigan Wolverines fan for collegiate sports, period. Like every collegiate sport you can name, I will tell you, my team is the Michigan Wolverines. If Michigan Wolverines don't have a team, I don't care. I have a loyalty to it. It is the best for me in my life. That is the best. They don't have to be the best to everybody else, but they are the best to me and for me. Okay, they're my team. Now, if you were to be, say, a bandwagon jumper every season, and you like this team, or you like that team, I like TCU, I like Ohio State, I like Georgia, I'm going to like Alabama this year, maybe I'll like Texas A&M, what have you, you are sullying the connection you can have in remaining loyal to a team. No matter what comes of the situation, you essentially include too many energies. And so when you espouse to be a fan of this, you actually detract from it because you're gifting your favoritism to everything else. So the Princess and the Pea talks about her being the perfection. She is the embodiment of knowledge made wisdom. She understands the subtleties, the nuances. And because of that, she is highly revered. She is highly respected. If you go towards everyone else who got a comfortable night's sleep, they'll never know that there is a piece of rotting food underneath their mattress. Over time, that food rots and gets bad and smell and this and that. It's a bad analogy, but it's the best I got, guys. So the truth here is sometimes we engage in certain situations because everybody else is doing it, because it's the right thing to do for everyone else. But is it the right thing for us? You want to look for the subtlety, the nuances, the minuscule, the minute, the liminal, the energies of the crossroads kind of situation. That's what your heart needs. Your heart needs to see the nooks and crannies and understand the nooks and crannies. And that comes from going within. Now, the princess would have continued to be a princess where she was. Had she not traveled to the kingdom, to the princes, and stayed the night, she would never have become the queen. Sometimes we need to go on an inner journey to understand the subtle nuances of who we are and our uniqueness and our perfection and the beauty and amazing nature that we are by leaving the comfort zone of our own environment, our own home, in our family, whatever, what have you. And please, 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 for the love of all that is, do not take this to mean I am telling you to walk away from your marriage, your relationship, your family, your children, your responsibility as a parent, your responsibility as a worker or an upstanding member of society. I am not saying that. I am saying go for a walk in a neighborhood that is unfamiliar to you and see what happens. I am saying go to a different grocery store. We're talking subtle changes. If you are gender identified as female or you like to carry a purse, I know it can be either gender on that one. There is no like real identification on it that I see. But if you carry a purse, carry it on your opposite shoulder. If you part your hair in one direction, part it the opposite way. If you normally wear glasses, wear contacts. If you normally wear contacts, put your glasses on. Change something subtly. Make one subtle change because it helps create a tumble down effect like the avalanche that needs to happen internally so that you can move into your truth, which is the fact that you are the unique princess in this situation, non-gender identified here. You are the beautiful butterfly. But until you create a wisdom of this truth, you're always going to see yourself as competing with another. Who that other is, it changes consistently. It changes with the one that will give you the fuel, the foundation, the energy to compete. But what is competition? Competition is our way of saying, I feel inferior to you. In reality, none of us are ever meant to compete. Fuck Charles Darwin and his whole survival of the fittest idea. It's not the way this goes. We have the Magician, the Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, yeah, the Page of Wands. I'm not surprised to see the Tower there at all. Did I not open this up with asking you guys if you have recently had a Tower moment? If I didn't, I definitely meant to mention something about that because I did get that energy, but you know, it's me and I don't always pick it up. And we have the Seven of Cups. This is not a future position. You are being represented by the Tower though, and we have the Seven of Pentacles on the back. Okay. All right. What I'm getting here with all of this is webs that are woven, the illusions that are woven in the night sky. It's like the moon energy is really strong here. There's something about the way that you talk about things. You have a very unique... I'm hearing Liam Neeson in my head. I have a very unique set of skills. You have a very unique set of skills. And you're willing to go to war for it. You're willing to tumble the Tower. The Tower isn't tumbled. That's an illusion. The Tower wasn't falling. The mirror that you're perceiving the Tower through, or the lens in which you're perceiving this Tower, that's what's falling. So the princess goes through a Tower moment when she goes. She sleeps on the bed. She lays on the pee. Hurts her back. It's a Tower moment. Her whole life changes. Does it change for the worse or for the better? She becomes a queen. She finds the love of her life. She is highly valued, highly prized for who she is. The lens of view on what this Tower moment is, that's what's changing. It's all about how you view your own resources, what you contain within yourself, how you integrate that, anchor that, and then how you literally move forward. Yeah, right here. Crying in the face of adversity shows the power of instant alchemy. When we go through instant alchemy, we literally change the lens in which we view the Tower. Let the Tower fall. Because the adversity here And especially with the Princess and the Pea, the adversity here that is being instantly alchemized is literally pain. It's pain. And guys, that's an area I know intricately. Aha, betrayal never goes without a ripple effect of consequences. Who betrayed whom, and why is that still holding your heart back? Release yourself from the burden of others. You've carried them too long. It's time for rest. Right here. How do you feel? Does it match what you see? Which one is true? If someone says they are your friend, you can trust the actions which support that. Okay. Truth bomb time. Truth bomb time. On the back, we have descending roots to the south, anchoring, just like I said, anchoring the soul to life, giving form to purpose. We have the element of earth with that Knight of Pentacles. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Betrayal in the past. Betrayal is what has led you to needing this journey. Whether this is a betrayal of self, a betrayal of another from another, there is a ripple effect of consequences. And when we're betrayed, there's a ripple effect of consequences that goes way, way bigger than we perceive it to in that moment. I have gone through betrayal in a multitude of ways. One of the ripple effects of consequences is my entire channel changed after that. My readings, my openness, it changed. And then I fought to come back for it. I cried in the face of adversity so that I could alchemize the pain that this person caused in my life. And you all watched me do it. You watched me do it. I was in this situation. I was in this situation myself. That's why I understand it so intricately for you. Because I've been it. I've done it. I've experienced it. Releasing yourself from the burdens of others. We talked about surrender being the key here. What are you surrendering? You're surrendering whatever came before, the fear that has created the illusion that you can't make a subtle change. How do you feel doesn't match what you see, and which one is true? So the Princess and the Pea, the Princess and the Pea and that card in and of itself right there are literally your illusion. Not everything is crystal clear in front of your face. Did she know that there was a pea under the bed when she went to sleep? No, she felt it. She felt it. Her feelings matched the truth, not her perception, not her eyes. So when I say that the lens of this tower moment are changing for you, it's because it's time for you to see the truth of what happened, whatever it was, whether you were the one betraying or whether someone else betrayed you. For some of you, you were the one who betrayed someone else, and it led you directly to a pain in your heart. For others of you, it was you didn't trust yourself. You didn't trust your intuition, and it has impacted the way that you connect with others. And that's okay. It's understandable. It happens. But how much of what you are feeling, how much of the fear, how much of the blame, the shame, the guilt, the anguish, how much of that is meant for someone else to feel because of the betrayal that they served up to you on a silver platter of bullshit and mockery is what I'm hearing. You guys have some really succinct guides. Your biggest truth bomb here is that while words will always matter, they will always show you an intent. When you tap into your feelings, the emotionality of it, the words matter, but the actions matter just as much, if not more. Because if someone says something and their actions speak complete volumes in the opposition of the words that they're saying. So if someone puts on a smile and honeyed words with a perception of perkiness and happiness and joy and kindness. But the words that they're actually saying make you feel slimy, icky, and sick. Which one is true? The perception that they're giving off, or the way that you feel? This is about not relinquishing your journey into the hands of another. So many of the princesses that came before would have pretended to feel pain had they heard about the pea. This is not about pretending anymore. This is about the truth. Oh my, holy fucking shit. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry. This is not child appropriate. We have Leo, the lion, again, the sun. This is about you shining forth. This is the 5th house ruler. The light attributes, creative, popular, faithful. The shadow attributes are dominating and too much pride. Holy shit. You can be the Leo energy, but can you be the Aquarius energy? And those two are the opposites. To hold one, you must hold both. Too many. Thank you. We have Sagittarius, the archer, Jupiter energy. Insensitive and cold are the shadow attributes, and the light attributes are open-minded and achiever, loving, 9th house ruler. Fire. There's a need to reignite the fires within yourself. Too many. This is, again, I'm being brought back to when I said there are so many energies here. Too many. We've got 4th house with Cancer and the moon, the house of the home. This is your psychological foundation, the roots of your subconscious patterns, your home, your private life, roots, ancestors, heritage, family, conditioning. There's something here with how you express your beliefs, your expansiveness, and your sense of worthiness. Again, with the Sagittarius energy, that is that travel energy. And Cancer is the emotionality of change. But Leo wants to shine forth. What does the lion need? I heard this when I was taking a salt bath, and I heard this before your reading. What does the lion need? The lion needs its pride. What is a pride? A pride is its group, its community. It needs its pride. So we say that pride comes before the fall, but pride has multiple meanings. A lion needs its pride. A lion needs its community. It needs its audience, in essence. If you need this, why do you deny it? We have begin and begin again. Alas, you have many times believed the end is upon you. Take a higher view. My God, you guys. Oh my God, can you see the truth? Take a higher view of your situation. Can you see the truth? You have never reached the end, for you merely have come upon your new beginning you've been moving toward. Begin again, dear one. This needs to go directly on that tower energy. Begin and begin again. There is no ending to this journey that is life. Yes, there are parts that hurt. There are parts that we have to change. There are pieces and parts. But this is not about that. This is about starting over, starting again with true purpose in this life. Oh my God, we have South here and we have South Node. That is freaking insane. Okay, the point of lessons from early life, past lives, and repetitive patterns we must recognize and heal through to overcome and move into our calling and destiny in life. And then we have midheaven or medium Koli, and it's the point in the chart in which we must learn its meaning in our own personal life and harness the energy of it to shine our brightest in the world. Often when activated, it marks a turning point of personal success, career in the world. So you may have your MC in Scorpio. That would make you an Aquarius rising. Holy shit. If you have your 10th house in Scorpio. Your empath abilities are a gift from the divine. They are not a curse. I did feel this with you guys too. My dear love, I see your struggles, know your tears, and feel your pain with you. I ask of you to take another viewpoint. Oh my God, literally change the lens of perception. Look again, my darling. See the light your love brings to the darkness. Truly, I have given you a gift. It may feel heavy at times, but you were chosen for your inner strength and light. You are gifted. Right here, that this is talking about the princess and the P energy, the journey of embracing the subtleties, the nuances, the empathy, the gifts that you have. And then finally, we have energy is ebbing and flowing. Energy is never truly depleted. Take comfort knowing that in the moments of overwhelm or exhaustion, there is energy ebbing and flowing all around. There it is, and through you. If you feel weakened, all you must do is open your heart. I've been talking really quietly, guys. Open your heart and ask. You hold the power to tap into your higher energy. Open your heart. And on the back of the deck, I'm done. I am fucking done. Okay. We have the North Node. This is the culmination soul calling point of destiny and purpose in our life. Despite this being a point of destiny, what this will be in tangible form in the world depends on our own interpretation and definition. This whole truth bomb has been about you seeing yourself clearly through your personal lens, but cleaning up the fucking fog off the mirror. Allow for purification to come in. I apologize for my vulgar language in this reading. I'm literally looking out the window and it is down snowing. It's the equivalent of downpouring, but in snow form. It's a purification energy where I'm at right now. It's time for you to move into a more destined point in your life. Away from the ways in which other people have sought to shelter you, to silence you, to keep you from shining your light, to keep you small, the way that you've done these things to yourself. It's time for you to see the truth of who you are, and who you are is absolutely incredible. You are the princess. You are that sensitive, and that sensitivity. Excuse me, guys. That sensitivity is meant for this world. Pile 3. You are brave. You are bold. And you can trust yourself and start over. Take this with you. I don't know if you need to screenshot it, if you want to write it down. Do what you need to do. But feel this out right now. Because this is going to do this. It's going to release you from the burdens of others. And again, that depletion energy ebbs and flows. I think it's time for you guys to take a nap. I keep yawning. I haven't done that for a while. All right, pile 3. This is what I have for you. Thank you so much for being incredible, for enduring what you have endured. The pain, the anguish, the betrayal. Thank you for going through it and continuing to move forward towards your destiny, for embodying what it's like to live a purposeful, purpose-driven life in this world. We need more people like you in the world, and I am truly honored to read your energy and to bring these messages forth for you. I want to say thank you to your guides, my guides, Spirit, for facilitating the connections between our energies so these messages could flow so smoothly and beautifully. Thank you. All right, pile 3. If this resonated, a really great way to do an equal energy exchange is to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment in the comment section below. Interaction really helps my videos, but it also helps me know that I am on the right path myself and reaching those who are needing these messages. In the description box, as well as the comment section, you'll find links to donate to my channel. Totally not necessary. Totally grateful for everybody who's doing it right now, especially with me shutting my business down for a while. And yeah, links to my other channel, Rising Sign Messages. I love you guys. I really, truly love you guys, and I appreciate you very much. So thank you again. I will leave you here and see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 4. So we're going to go ahead and cleanse the energy here. And once more, as usual with pile 4 energy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. You guys are way different. Way different. So number 1, my stepson Hayden just got home, and so he's doing the dishes. So I apologize if you guys can hear any kind of background noise. I also have the heater going in my office because the temperature is shifting to colder weather, and with that, my pain is starting to set in. So I'm kind of trying to go with the flow here. Ironic, a little bit. Not terribly, because as soon as I shift into another new energy. So, pile 4. This is a reading about truth bombs. And you chose the card 20 with flow. Now, this energy is different. You guys are likely earth signs or air signs. And trust me when I say, when the earth and air energy came in, I was like, Spirit, what the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? But it's something that you are learning right now in your journey. And this is something that your guides and spirit want you to be aware of. You're learning how to not just identify and feel and integrate your emotions, but you're learning how to manipulate your own emotions into a flow state of creative inspiration. You're learning how to harness water energy and turn it into fire. What? I literally just heard what I just said, and I went, what? Like, honestly, what is that? Spirit. I literally just heard, no, that's it. That's what you're doing. You're learning how to take, okay. You're learning how to take water energy and turn it into fire energy. So you're taking your emotions. Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay. I'm going to just keep stuttering over my words here. So what I am seeing is like an image of someone. Okay, so there's a scene in Harry Potter 5 where Voldemort and Dumbledore are going head to head. And at one point there's I want to say it goes from a snake into a big ball of water, and they're learning how to like navigate moving this ball of water towards each other and whatever. In a way, it's like you have detached yourself from your emotional body enough to be able to form your emotions into something tangible, something physical, something usable. And now I'm seeing my tattoo on my arm. Bear with me here. I'm going to pull it out, but I have to actually like take my arm all the way out of my sleeve because you guys haven't seen this one yet. So on the anniversary of my father's death, the 18-year anniversary, I had a letter from him from when he was in treatment for drugs and alcohol. And this is something that he wrote in closing. He said, "I love you, honey, keep writing." And this is his actual words. And so Spirit and my spirit guides were showing me that tattoo because what that tattoo signifies on my arm for me is a reminder from my dad that there was always someone in my life who honored me, who appreciated me, who was proud of me, who saw different aspects of me. And granted, I'm taking the whole sentence that I love you, honey, keep writing, totally out of context of the letter. But energetically, it means what I said it means. So when you're taking water and you're turning it into fire, I took what was an incredibly painful experience, an incredibly painful memorabilia for me to hold on to from my childhood, from the time that I was 10 years old until now. I still have the letter. I have it. I actually put the letter and I put the letter that I wrote my dad and his response letter, where this line came from, in my book, Chemistry with Kismet, Journeying into the Self to Heal the Mind. And if you guys are interested, that is available on Amazon and Amazon Kindle, as well as Kindle Unlimited. But that letter I've carried with me my whole life. Every time I would open that letter, I would cry. I would cry for the little girl that wanted her father. I would cry for the little girl who lost everything, every shred of hope for a family, for wholeness, for healing, from the time that I was a child until the day he died. I would cry for that person that I was that lost so much in that moment. I would cry for her, for me, for every version of myself between the ages of 10, that April 19th, 1998, from that date until the date that I would be crying on, no matter what point in life that I would be. When I got this tattoo, I was in a significantly different place in my life. I was working as a CNA at the local hospital. I was working in the OR. And I felt like my life, I had my whole life ahead of me. I had everything that I could possibly want. I was looking into the local nursing school. I was going to go and become an RN. And that was my path. And I was so fucking certain about that path. I was so 100% positive, because as I was a CNA and I was working with patients and I would bring them down to the OR, or I would, have to go and do this or do that. Anytime I'd interact with them, it made me feel alive to know that I was helping someone get the healing and the medical help that they needed. And I didn't understand that it was just part of the trajectory of becoming who I am. But in that time frame, that's who I was. And so when I put this on my arm was when all of that had begun to fall apart. I had lost my job. And then it was the 18-year anniversary, and everything was falling apart all around me. What was I supposed to do? And I just sat with spirit, and at that time, I was very religious, and so I sat with God, and I just yelled. I screamed. I bitched. I pissed. I moaned. And my husband, David, who was my boyfriend at the time, reminded me, remember, you had this dream before you had the dream of being a nurse. You had a dream of writing. I get you notebooks. You have journals. You never do anything with them. Why not? I was afraid to write. I was terrified of what would come through me, what would come out of me. And so I wouldn't do it. And I looked at that letter again, and I knew I was ready for the tattoo. I knew what parts of the tattoo I wanted on there. I knew why I wanted it there. Because writing is a part of my soul. It fills me up. It makes me whole. It makes me me. It's an intricate part of me, just like me sitting here channeling and making these videos. And because of that, I wanted a reminder that I had someone in spirit with me all the time as I write, loving me, supporting me, guiding me, uplifting me, giving me positivity and nurturance and guidance, because my dad is one of my guides. When you take water and turn it into fire, you're taking all those pent-up emotions that you have, all of those pains, those wounds, those anguishes, the anger, the resentment, the hostility, the outrage at duplicity, at betrayal, at death, loss. You take all of those emotions. You also take happiness and joy and enthusiasm and enlightenment. And you create this kind of bubble or ball of water with them. And then you say, what can I do with this water? And instead of pouring it out, you say, I'm going to turn this into a flame. I'm going to let this become a spark that turns into a flame. And the flame is going to be passion. Passion to take all of these pieces, these disparate pieces, and create a puzzle, create a masterpiece, create a story, create a vision, create. I'm going to take this water and make fire with it. I'm going to take my emotions and create with it. Don't tell me I can't be inspired, because I am walking inspiration. Now, the thing about this flow card is, of course, it talks about the natural ebbs and flows and cycles of the moon and the cycles of Mother Nature and the cycles of the world. But here's the thing, there's an illusion that we all are part of the natural nature cycles. The reason I call this an illusion is because I've been working with this notion, this idea that Spirit has brought to me about our own personal cycles versus the cycles of Mother Nature, and how to blend these cycles together to work together better. So as it stands right now, if I were to look at it that way, then the cycle that I am in is beginning my autumn cycle. Because we are in Aquarius season, and Aquarius is my 7th house. Your 7th, 8th, and 9th houses are your autumn season. Your winter season is your 10th, 11th, and 12th house seasons. So with my 10th house being Taurus, from Taurus, Gemini to Cancer, that's my autumn seasons. Those are the times for me, or my winter seasons. Those are the zodiac seasons for me to withdraw, for me to go internal, for me to focus on the things that I want to do in my own personal shadow work. Those are my winter seasons. And when we realize that, like, there are pieces and points that don't quite feel like they match up. Oh, excuse me, I had yawn. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock when I did that. There are certain pieces that don't fully match up energetically for us. It's about us creating our own cycles, our own flow. So you may hear a lot about the flow state and how to get into the flow state and how to move with the cycles. And even I teach based off of the moon cycles. But your cycles are your cycles, mine are my own. And we're all meant to live more aligned to our own personal cycles rather than the cycles of the world. We may all be one and part of the same unity of oneness and wholeness within the totality of the collective. Like, and when I say collective, I mean the entire consciousness of humanity and starseeds. We may be that, but each one of us is uniquely ourselves. We forget that when we come here. When we're constantly fighting for conformity and uniformity, we forget uniqueness, individuality, and our own personal cycles. So let's see what has created the illusion that has, not the illusion, what has shocked you into a state of forgetting your own cycles. We have the Evil Queen. That does not surprise me. The perception of others. The perception of others. The Evil Queen was so worried about how she was perceived. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? And the mirror always used to say, you are, you are, you are, until Snow White. And then it was Snow White was the fairest of them all. and jealousy, greed, anger, resentment, hostility. See all these emotions that come up, these emotions when we feel like we're replaced, when we feel like we're replaceable, when we feel like we don't belong or we don't fit or we can't see or we can't sort out why it is that we're here and what it is that we're here to do and what our place and our role is in this life, we can turn to negative, toxic ways, trying to silence that goodness within us. But the evil queen is a pathway. She is a pathway that you are taking, a pathway that is possible. And you don't see it as such because there's a fear of giving into her energy. But what is the evil queen? The evil queen is an unhealed dark divine feminine. What does the dark divine feminine do? She liberates. When you take water and you turn it into fire, it is all about liberation because you are moving from one element to another in a way that should not happen. Water is water and fire is fire. They are not one and the same, but you are creating one and the same. And how can you do that if the whole world says you can't? If someone says, well, you're not fair enough, you're not wise enough, you're not brave enough, you're not strong enough, you're not creative enough. No, no, no. Your guides are kind of like Dr. Seuss meets Willy Wonka. I don't know if anybody has ever said that to you, but that's the energy that I get from them. Riddles, puzzles, mysteries. Let me give you this little nugget, but this nugget, it actually is nothing more or less than a Russian doll. But when you open up to the final Russian doll, what is it but a nugget? It's a nugget of wisdom, but it's actually more like a chicken nugget. And then the chicken nugget turns into a chicken egg, but it's a fertilized chicken egg. So you have to have a hen, and the hen has to sit on the egg so the chick can be hatched. And when the chick is hatched, it's a sunny side up egg. This is kind of the way that your guides work. Nothing makes sense, yet everything makes sense all at the same time. It's a very unique way of flowing together, you and your guides. It's let me show you what can and cannot be possible. Every time you say it can't be done, I'm going to show you it being done. And this is why they are telling me that you are learning how to turn water into, not into wine. You may want to at times, but not into wine. You're turning water into fire. You're turning water into fire. It's, I'm literally hearing Flowers by Miley Cyrus in my head for some reason. And it's kind of like that. It's like you're realizing that all of the power is directly within you. So no matter how many times you try and track the cycles of flow for you or for other people, this isn't about you fitting in with other people. This is about you fitting in with you. It's pieces of the puzzle of your heart and soul are falling into place to make you whole. That rhymed. Like I said, there's like a Dr. Seuss meets Willy Wonka. And so it's kind of bizarre energy here, but it's very Alice in Wonderlandy, which has been on my channel a lot. I'm also hearing Peter Pan in the Disney Channel like promo where he goes, "Let's go," and that's kind of what it's like. Like, I think your guides right now, they want you to understand that the evil queen energy, it's not an illusion. It's just that you feel like, well, how do I fit in with everybody else? You don't. You fit in with you. The whole world is in a winter stage. Why am I so go-getter energy? Probably because you're in a spring state or you're in a summer stage. When you're in this summer stage, it's almost like the nights and days are flip-flopped. Everything just kind of, there's a slower energy to the day, but when night hits, it's like frenzied activity, but in a really exciting way. But there's this message from your guides. The truth bomb that you need to know is you are the evil queen, and the evil queen is you. And you are Snow White, and Snow White is you. You are both in the same, in one, in whole, in total. You are neither one over the other, but you are both. And you are both the evil queen and Snow White, which makes you the fairest of them all. And that's what you don't see. So follow your own natural cycles and flow. You can monitor the progress of the collective. You can absolutely monitor the progress of the collective and where they're at as far as their own seasons goes. But you have something, I'm hearing, trick up the sleeve. You have something that within you. It's like a magician's trick up the sleeve. We don't see it, but you do. It's a mastery of illusions, but not in a vindictive way. And that's the thing. That's why you are the evil queen and Snow White, because it was never meant to be vindictive. You are the dark divine feminine and the divine feminine all in one. And what does the dark divine feminine do? She fights for the divine feminine to come to life. The evil queen does not fight for Snow White to come to life, but Snow White definitely gives love to the evil queen. And now I am referencing Once Upon a Time. But this flow card, yeah, we've got the Magician. This flow card is talking about your own resources, your own wisdom, your own knowing, because your heart has been broken. Your heart has been ripped out, but it's being sewn back together, mended. This right here, this Three of Swords, this is why. And the Magician, which is Mercury energy. This is definitely, again, earth or air energy that I'm picking up. The second house in it is an earth house. So you may have earth in your 9th house as well. You may have Mercury in your 3rd house. That is too many cards. Okay. Want me to take these? We have the Two of Swords. Your pain has led you to wonder about your path, wonder about the past. That's what you've been doing, is wondering about the past. You can hear the ocean within the shell, but the shell is nothing more or less than the illusion. The ocean, you're already in it. You're already there. And then we have the 10 of Cups. You see, you've been looking to the past, to the pain. We have the Ace of Pentacles again with the earth energy. The past and the pains of the past. And why have you been doing that? Because it has locked up your throat. Something has made you silence yourself. This person thought that they silenced you. We've got the Two of Wands. And she's got a Hamlet pose. To sleep. To sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream. To dream. But that is the rub. Hamlet. To sleep, perchance to dream. It's like you want to slip into a dream state. You want to look back. You want... Life is a dream. Life is a dream. Life is a dream. There's something there, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Life is a dream. And I know it's like row, row, row your boat, but I don't feel like that's what it is. It's like life is a dream. It's bursting at the seams. Is that a song? Bursting at the seams. And now I'm hearing Miley Cyrus with Flowers again. I can buy me some flowers, wear my name in the sand, talk on the phone for hours. Okay. This energy right here, you're being represented right now as the Two of Swords, but you're not actually blinding yourself. You want hindsight. You're actually here. You're the first pile that I feel like is here because you want the truth bombs. And what is the truth that you want? You want the truth of whether it was an illusion, this, whatever the situation was. For some of you, this is about a relationship. Whether it was an illusion, why the communication could not have been what it was meant to be. Only you know how far you can go. It's based entirely on your determined faith in you. This is about that fire energy that's not here but should be here. Allowing the tears to finally fall. Yep. Oh my God. The elements, fire, air, earth, water, and spirit are calling to your soul. Will you go? Will you follow where they wish you to go? That's crazy. there is something, when you allow the tears to finally fall, it's like you hit a point of, I'm going to shape a new world into existence, but this world is going to be based off of the primary elements. I'm going to start with water because I want emotionality to be the foundational point. I want my world to be built off of the emotionality of things because I feel so deeply that I want my world to feel as deeply as I do. And that's admirable. It really is admirable. This is the wrong direction. It says, pen your own story. You are the main character. And then we have checking the boxes. Making yourself a to-do list and checking each box as you complete the items makes an overwhelming situation easier to handle. That's that Two of Wands. You're looking towards your dreams, towards the future. Are your dreams dead? No, they're not. They never were. Okay. On the back, if someone's actions lead you down the path of confusion, break yourself free. So you see the queen, the evil queen. Perhaps someone else was your evil queen as well. We have 666 and 555. So we have universal harmony, unconditional love, balance, harmony, patience, deep healing, divine flow. Shit. Awakening gifts, a new dawn, alchemy, transmutation. That is what this is alchemy. But 555 is about change, transformation, movement, adventure, transition, life choices, grounding, shifted reality, breaking free, and giving yourself a new mindset. And then we have blowing upon the pathway west, renewed awareness of wisdom arising through mental clarity. There's that air element. And then we have claircognizance. Yes, definitely. Okay. So you guys are gaining clarity on the situation. You are learning how to really rebuild. When you guys step into your own season, this energy of being in your own season, this is about you guys really flowing with your natural energies, trusting your intuition. Whatever it was that broke your heart, that shattered you, whether it was an incoming communication from someone, whether it was a lack of resources that just suddenly hit you, it feels bigger than that. It feels like death in a very physical way. It feels like death. It feels like a loss of someone. It feels like a loss of self. It feels like betrayal. It feels like judgments. It feels wrong. The Magician and the Three of Swords feels wrong to me. It feels like you were wronged. And this Two of Swords shows me that you're looking back at what has been wronged. And I see, Michaela Lane and Jericho Barons. I'm not surprised. Michaela Lane, this is from the series, this is from the Fever series. And Michaela Lane moved to Dublin to get revenge. Her sister was murdered and she ended up meeting Jericho Barons and they fell in love, but they had to fight an army of unseelie or dark fae. And at this, no matter how hard they fought, the walls between worlds still fell. Lives were still lost, and it didn't do anything to take back the loss of her sister. Her whole life crumbled down around her from that situation. And they were the worst suited for each other, but they loved each other. So you may be in a relationship that nobody understands and nobody agrees with, but you're the main character and nobody gets to determine that but you. And that is why your evil queen is coming out, because who is there to determine your heart above and beyond you and your heart? No one has the right to do that. Yes, exactly. Heal, don't heal. Your worth is not defined by what another person tells you. Allow yourself to fly free of control and power of others over your sense of self. Your path in life is for you to live to its fullest, and no one should be allowed to limit you. Be limitless, be boundless. Let yourself heal and never heal to anyone else. Be free. That absolutely is this queen, the evil queen energy. I'm literally seeing the Sacred Creators deck of external validation with it. You're learning how to be in your own energetic flow, going with your own cycles, your own energies, and saying, screw what everybody else says. I'm not going to let you control me. We have Leo, the lion. I saw this it said it's fire and fixed, and I know it says fixed, but I literally swear I thought I said the fixer. So we have the 5th house ruler. The light attributes are creative, popular, faithful. The shadow attributes are dominating and too much pride. You guys may have been drawn to another pile. I don't want to say which one because the energies are quite different. No. Okay. We have Scorpio, Pluto, another fixed sign. So this is about fixating or fixing yourself on a future point rather than a past point. See, you're in the 2 of Swords right now, so you're staring at the past energies, but your guides want you to understand the truth is that you're meant to be in the 2 of Wands energy. You can see what has died, what has passed on, but it's dead, it's past. So let it go. It's turning into fire right here. You're taking it and turning it into fire. Where he was once in the water, he's now in your hand and it's turning to fire. All right, we've got the 8th house ruler. The light attributes are self-reliant, powerful, and wise. Sorry, guys. I keep yawning with your pile. And then the shadow attributes are dominant and secretive. And the funny thing is I was talking to a friend of mine who is Scorpio dominated, and she's like, we can definitely help you with the dark divine feminine. That's what Scorpios do. You have begin and begin again. Alas, you have many times believed the end is upon you. Take a higher view of your situation. Can you see the truth? You've never reached the end, for you merely have come upon your new beginning you've been moving toward. Begin again, dear one. This is again that energy of realizing that you're in a different cycle, a different flow, a different energy. It's time for you to realize that when you take that step forward to begin again, when you let go, let this wash away, let it burn away, whatever it is, whoever it was, when you let the remaining carcass, that's pretty harsh. When you let I got to go with what I'm hearing. When you let the remaining carcass kind of burn off, burn away, burn off and burn away, that's when you start stepping into your happily ever after. And we've got the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. We have emotional fulfillment that is turned into financial abundance. Like just point blank. So we have, oh my fucking God. I am not surprised whatsoever because this is the energy of the dark divine feminine. Look in your chart. Do you have Black Moon Lilith in Leo or Scorpio? The 8th or the 5th house, or it would be the 1st if you were a Leo rising, or the 4th if you were a Leo rising. If you're a Scorpio, it would be the 1st and the 10th. So that might be a significant placement if you're a Scorpio or Leo rising. This is where we find the gateway to learn of divine feminine energy, the repressed part of our divine feminine energy, and find a redefinition of freedom versus subjugation and emotional sovereignty. And the final message that you guys have is loving oneself is the true key to opening the heart to true love. And it says, when gazing in the mirror, oh my fucking God, guys, I literally created these cards 2 years ago and I haven't used them in a year. I did not remember this. When gazing in the mirror, do you see beauty in the contours and eternal light of the soul in your eyes? Such depth of love and light is contained within just one person, you. Now is the time to illuminate all of yourself with all you've given to others. Shine your light onto yourself, for it is the greatest joy and opening for all love. Wow. Wow. If there was ever a truth bomb, it's literally like, look in the mirror and see the truth of you. You're the main character. Fuck whatever that past situation was that made you feel like you were dead and like that, like whatever you just finally allowed the tears to fall on. You've got this. Oh my God. I just realized this, like, I literally just heard, oh, the places you'll go. Seriously, with Dr. Seuss. Okay. Pile 4. This is what I have for you. I got to disconnect from this energy because I'm going to just get sucked into like the spirals of how these messages have gone. This is really fucking cool though. I'm going to tell you this level of like cards supporting the message. Oh, it really makes me excited. And I can't wait to find out what synchronicities are in this reading for everybody because it's just been so incredible. So I want to say thank you so much for being here, Pile 4. You guys are fucking rock stars. I want to say thank you to your guides, my guide, Spirit, for facilitating the connections between our energies so that they may flow smoothly, freely, and bring forth great and profound messages and these wicked awesome truth bombs. You guys must be from the East Coast. Some of you, because wicked awesome only comes through when I'm tapping into my Boston roots. I lived in New Hampshire for several years of my childhood. That's actually where I learned to talk. So I actually, small little tidbit before we continue going through the closing. I used to get picked on when I was a kid because in North Dakota, you say beg and take and sorry. And I would force myself to try and talk that way because I say bag and tag and I'm sorry. Because I learned how to talk on the East Coast. So my enunciation is based off of East Coast proper. And North Dakota is not that way. So I don't sound like I'm from North Dakota. I mean, that's when, you guys, if you have heard, that's when I pull out my Norma accent because she's just so Norwegian, don't you know? And here in North Dakota, this is how we do things. But that's just a fun little thing for you guys, Pile 4. All right, this is what I have for you. Thank you again for being here. Thank you to your guides, my guide, Spirit, for these messages. It's just such an honor. Thank you. All right. Pile 4s, I love you all. I want to say thank you again. If this resonated, the best way to do an equal energy exchange is to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I upload if I don't mess up and end up with like this, that, and the other thing going on. Today is the day that I uploaded and then I took down and then I re-uploaded and now I'm going to have to upload a third time. I have the feeling my soul star chakra reading so that it works for everyone. Oh, technology today. But yeah, hit the notification bell so you guys know when I do all these crazy antics. And comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear back from you guys, especially about your guides, because that was really cool to me. It's got to be frustrating for you. And I get that. So, all right, you guys, I love you all. I will see you again next time. Bye.